Welcome to Scam Squad. I'm Patty Teal. I'm here with Deputy District Attorney Vicki Johnson, who every week warns us about the latest scams that are being perpetrated against victims in Santa Barbara and the area. Welcome, Vicki. What do you have for us today?
Hi, Patty. Good to be here as always. Now, as I've mentioned before, I get some of my material for Scam Squad from the excellent AARP publication, which is called Watchdog Alert. So here's the caption that caught my eye a couple of weeks ago. The scams of summer are sizzling.
Wow, that sounds interesting. So there are even seasonal scams.
Absolutely. And the article starts by explaining that the extreme heat and everyone's pent-up desire to travel has provided great opportunities for scammers.
Well, these crooks are creative and they certainly like to take advantage of opportunity, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So we all need our fan and air conditioning during these heat waves, and the scammers know this. And in fact, some people who live in extreme heat climates and who have medical conditions, having air conditioning can be a matter of life and death. It can literally save your life if you are able to turn on your air conditioning. So you may get a phone call or a text or an email from somebody claiming to be from your utility company, telling you that your bill is past due, and unless you pay up immediately, your power is going to be shut off.
Wow, and that's so scary. So we hear over and over again that these scammers use scare tactics because they know that once our utilities are turned off, it can take some time to get them going again. So unsuspecting victims might pay without even checking.
Absolutely.
So Vicki, what do you think people should do if they get a call like this?
Well, if you get a call like this, disconnect immediately and get out your last bill. Take a look at the phone number on that bill to check with your utility provider if you believe that late payment may be an issue. Just know that the utility company is not going to cut off your utilities right away.
So what other kinds of summer scams are out there?
Well, the next one they talked about is the car rental scam. And as a result of the pandemic, rental car companies have sold off lots of their inventories, meaning now that they have less cars to rent. And of course, that means higher prices. So vacationers are scrambling to find rental cars at a price that they can afford. And once again, the scammers know this. So the scammers are spoofing well-known rental car websites and advertising fake customer service numbers. They're trying to lure victims by offering great deals, kind of like the Craigslist rental scams. And of course, they want you to pay by gift card.
Well, of course, those nasty gift cards, that's for sure. We've heard over and over again that if someone asks you to pay with a gift card, it's probably a scam. So how can we protect ourselves from these kinds of scams?
Well, what you need to do is look for the real website or phone number. And what they suggest you do is typing in the web address or the phone number for rental car companies that you know. Because as we know, doing a web search can turn up fake information. So if you're dealing with a company you've never heard of, but you're interested in what they have to offer, search the name online along with the word scam to see what comes up.
And of course, we can't mention too often, if they ask you to pay with a gift card, it's probably a scam.
Absolutely. That is the biggest red flag of all. As soon as you hear the words gift card, please just hang up. So the last warning in this article starts with this caption: the dream vacation home that turns into a nightmare.
The thought just is so horrifying, to plan a vacation, to show up at what you think is your dream lodging, and to find out that you've been scammed and have nowhere else to go.
It's horrifying, especially if you have kids and a family that you were going to house in this place. And it can easily happen. Lots of travelers these days are looking for vacation home rentals rather than hotel reservations. And once again, the scammers know this. So scammers will steal listings from legitimate sites and post them online, usually advertising great rates, but demanding a large deposit. And again, this is very similar to the Craigslist rental scam.
So the scammers are hoping that the consumer will see their ads first, notice that it's at a lower price, and be sucked in because the prices are so good. And I guess that is a warning sign. How can we protect ourselves from these scams?
Well, be very wary of renting off of social media sites or through companies that you haven't booked with before. Keep all of your interactions with property owners on the website of legitimate companies. And if someone asks to speak with you off-site, it's very likely a scam. And if you do go to the site of a rental company, read the reviews, find out what other people think of their services. And once again, Patty, I really would like to encourage our listeners to go online and sign up for the AARP Fraud Watch Network. The alerts are invaluable and may end up preventing you from being taken in by a new scam.
Thank you, Vicki, for that very useful information. And I'd like you to give everyone the fraud hotline phone number in case they would like to speak to you directly about a suspected scam.
Absolutely. The phone number is area code 805-568-2442. And I'll repeat that, 805-568-2442. And I welcome your calls.
And I welcome everyone to share their appreciation with Vicki too for the great work she's doing for the community to keep us forewarned about these scams. We really appreciate you, Vicki. Thank you so much.
And are we ready for a little bit of good news?
Yes, I always am ready for a little bit of good news.
We always like it when these scammers get caught because we hate to see them get away with it. And this headline, again, caught my eye. It was from the Department of Justice. Army reservist sentenced to 40 months in prison for participating in money laundering scheme. Now, first of all, shame on this person who was an Army reservist in our United States Army Reserves. So, you know, that doesn't speak very highly of him, but here's what he was involved in. He took money that other scammers had gotten from victims, usually of the romance scam. And he would open up fake bank accounts and he would put the money in these bank accounts and then at a later date transfer the money to the scammers who were operating these scams overseas. Well, this person thankfully got caught. He operated this scam from 2016 until 2018. He used false identities and false passports to open up bank accounts. He received about $2 million in fraud proceeds, withdrew tens of thousands of dollars of fraud proceeds in cash, and transferred more than $1 million of the fraud proceeds to banking accounts controlled by scammers in other countries. So somehow the Department of Justice, the FBI, probably using tips to their fraud hotline, caught up with this individual. They were able to arrest him, prosecute him, convict him, and he will be spending 40 months in state prison.
Well, it sounds like he deserves it. I'm always so just surprised and flabbergasted that somebody obviously as clever as him, because that took some smarts to be able to set this up, wouldn't use their knowledge and their ability to do a legitimate business. But as we know, that sweetheart scam, it's heartbreaking for people, and it is just devastating for so many people who think they finally found somebody to care for them, and it ends up just being a hoax. And for him to take advantage of people like that is just horrifying, and have to be glad that he got caught.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And thank you so much, Vicki. I look forward to hearing what you have to tell us next week.
Until next week, Patty, thank you.
Okay. All right. Bye, Vicki.
Bye-bye.